everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. I did a video showing you some cards that I made using my stash and showing you a card that our friend Patty Murphy made. So this is the original card, and then I made this using our wedding collection, and then I made this. I haven't finished decorating it, but this was a Father's Day card. Actually, I made it. My poor husband. I make him a card. I add the little sentiment, but I make it so it's removable, and he never knows what happens to them. But they all go back into my stash as examples and things like that. I want to show you these cards to show you a couple of different options you have, and then I will do a tutorial. I'll show you how to make them. But Patty Murphy made this, and this has gold foil accents. This is made using Country Craft Creations Artisan cardstock. It's a really sturdy card, and she did have to send it in not a flat envelope, but in a package because it's thicker than a quarter of an inch, and I don't know if there was a weight limit, but it just wouldn't fit in the regular envelopes. So just keep that in mind. She used the gold foil as the first layer, then black cardstock. She used black artisan cardstock, and then decorative paper. She has a sentiment here, and then other paper here, and then an element from the Graphic 45 collection she used here. And then, of course, here she has a foil butterfly, which really brings it all together. Then here she hand wrote her sentiment, used some stamps, or hand wrote her note, stamped the sentiment, and some butterflies, again, to pull it all together. But on this main part, so we have the white cardstock base, then gold, then black, then gold, then white. Now the ones I did are going to be a little different. This wedding one, and I've already given one of the wedding ones away, but it's the white base, then pink, then an off-white to match with the paper. So here I have white, pink, off-white, decorative paper, off-white, decorative paper, and then a cut apart. And then I added some stickers here. This one I made with, instead of 4 separate pieces, well, it's really 2 pieces. I just had one cut apart that I used, so I put that on there. I'm going to show you how to do this one with the 4 pieces. This one is once you see how to do this, you realize it's easy. But I just want to show you the layers so you can think of what colors you're going to be using. This one has the white base, silver foiling, then blue cardstock, then the decorative paper. White base, silver foiling, decorative paper. This one is the white base, silver foiling, blue cardstock, and then the decorative paper. So just, think it through. You're going to need a couple of different layers. And when I did it, I tried to make it easy so you could see the separate layers. So let's get started. To start, you'll need 2 pieces of cardstock, one that's 10.5 by 7 and one that is 5 by 7. I'll grab my scoreboard. The 10.5 by 7 with the 10-inch side at the top, score at 1/2 inch, score at 3, and at 5.5. 1/2 inch, 3, 5.5. The 5 by 7 piece with the 5-inch side at the top, you're going to score at 2.5. We are going to take this and attach this. So we'll have the 5 by 7 on the left. We're going to attach it onto that 1/2 inch tab. You could miter that, but just because I'm doing a tutorial, I'm not going to. I'm just going to get it done. So that's on there. So you'll have the 2.5 inch pieces, all 4 of them, and then the main piece. Let's go ahead and fold and burnish on those score lines. So there we go. That is the base of the card. Now let's cut other paper. So when Patty cut hers, she used, I'm pretty sure it was heavyweight black artisan cardstock for these next pieces. I am using just white cardstock for the next pieces. So what they're going to be is two pieces that are 3 by 6. And we're going to take our scoreboard and we're going to score it with the 6-inch side at the top, score both of those at 3. All right, now let's start adding some layers. So the first layer is my coral color. Let's call that coral. So you'll need one piece that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. You'll need 4 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And you'll need 4 pieces that are 6 3/4 by 2 1/4. So you'll need that out of your coral. That is going to be my first layer. I think this is where Patty on hers did the gold foiling. So just so you can take a look. So I'm going to glue these down as we go. So the 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 will go onto the main part of the card. And we'll just center that on there. Okay, and then these 6 3/4 by 2 1/4 will go on to these pieces. I will just glue those on. You can, the sky's the limit as far as the layers that you do and the colors that you use. I mean, I could see some really fun cards using some doodlebug paper and some, like the wedding cards. Those always come out more elegant just because of the paper. I could see this using that new Graphic 45 paper that's coming out, the Christmas paper. Wouldn't that make gorgeous Christmas cards using black cardstock and red cardstock? And if you wanted some gold foiling. Okay, now these pieces, the 3 by 6, we're going to put the squares on that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I've seen a lot of other versions of this cards along the years, but this is the first time that I actually sat down and made it, and I was amazed by how quickly you could put one together and how beautiful they come out. I mean, they look like so much went into it, and in truth, a lot does, but it goes together faster. Okay, now our second layer, I'm using this yellow cardstock. So I'll have one piece that's 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So I'll put that one there. And then I have 4 that are 2 1/2, I'm sorry, 2 by 6 1/2. So you'll notice they're all getting 1/4 of an inch smaller as we go. And on Patty's, this layer that I'm talking about is called the decorative layer. No, the black layer. This is the black cardstock on top of the gold. But you can play around with the different colors and different layers to coordinate with your paper. I'd love to see if you make some. If you're on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations Facebook group, I'd love if you were to share your cards, because they're so fun and pretty to do. Okay, now next layer is going to be a decorative paper layer. So I used some paper I had. It was from the Little Things collection. If you guys did the Seasons of Creativity box, you'll recognize that. I made a mini album with it. So this paper is, you'll need 4 of them, 1 3/4 by 6 1/4. And I am putting them on top of our yellow. Probably should have done it the other way and done yellow layer and then pink. That's okay. It'll still look good. Just because there's so much yellow in this decorative paper that I chose. Okay. I'm not going to do anything with this. I haven't figured out my sentiment on that. But then the next layer is, this is a different paper. So you'll need 4 of these, 1 3/4. I'm sorry, 2.5 by 2.5. So on Patty's card, this is where she stamped a sentiment and cut 2 coordinating papers and then added an embellishment on this one. And then don't forget that. So I'm just going to add these onto the base, and I will consider adding a an embellishment after I'm done. This will go onto there, and 2 more. This was cute paper. I love this color. Okay, now comes the fun part. Let's fold this up. So what we're going to do is glue this onto the front, and it's going to get glued like that. So we're going to glue it onto the front. You can go all the way up to the top, so have it, there we go, all the way up to the top, and the edge of this paper is going to be about halfway, right at the halfway mark. Luckily I have lines on this, so I'm going to use the lines. So I'm going to add glue onto 1/2 inch, line this up with the top, glue it halfway. I'm just adding glue a little bit to the side. Now you could put it down if you wanted to. And then once I do that, I'm going to fold this and glue these pieces onto this side. Gonna burnish that. And so now we've got that part of the card. Isn't that cool? Didn't that come together easy? So now let me figure out what I'm going to do here. Okay, I figured out how I'm going to finish this. So this paper is 4.5 by 6.5. I cut another piece of this paper 4 by 6. And I'm just going to center this on. I could have put white below that, but I have white on here. So my little bunny says, love you. So that's going to go there. This could be a birthday card. I'm thinking in my mind this might be a birthday card. So love you. And then at the front, I'm going to use some stickers because I haven't used these yet. You Are Magic with that guy. And then I'm taking the yellow flower and putting it here just for my more added interest. I mean, you can go crazy. But anyhow, that's what I have for the front. You Are Magic, and then Love You. So that is it. So I'd love to see what you make using this card template. Thank you, Patty Murphy, once more for inspiring me so much. I hope this inspires other people. Thanks so much for watching and have a fabulous day.